If you've ever attached something to drywall and then removed it, chances are that you've seen some version of this, where the paper on the drywall has delaminated from the drywall itself, and now we're left with this. And it can be an even bigger problem if you don't know the proper way to address this before trying to fix it. So why don't I show you right now how to go about making this problem disappear and not reappear and get worse, because that happens. I'll even show you that part too, actually. Let's fix it first.
But before we can fix it, we're going to need a few things. So we headed over to RONA to grab our primer, drywall compound, taping knives, sanding supplies, and a few other essentials for the repair. And if you're not quite sure what you need, their knowledgeable staff can help point you in the right direction. And now that we're stocked up, let's get this wall fixed.
So the first step into making this look better is to remove anything that's loose or flaking already. And the best way to do that is to take your taping knife and just start peeling away anything that's already loose. If it's this bad, you just use your hand. So you may find that as you're peeling the paper off, it just continues to pull and to peel. And if that's the case, we don't want to rip all the paper off the drywall either. So a good way to stop that from happening is to take a knife and to create a new line where that paper will stop. Just deep enough that I'm cutting through that paper face. And now, when I peel that back, I've created a sort of new line where that paper stops. If I dug at that more with my taping knife, I could probably lift more paper, but that's not the point. We want the peeling to stop. My job is to do that everywhere the paper is already peeling and to eliminate any loose or flaky paper or other debris. So you can see that this is still loose here, so I'm going to do the knife trick again. Just going to connect this line with this one and then peel the paper face off. And that should be the end of the peeling saga in this 6-shaped area. So you may notice that I'm not hacking away at little bits like this right now, because if I do, it just continues and I'm creating a new edge every time I rip it. I also don't want to knife something that the paper's already been removed from, because then we're just damaging the integrity of the drywall. What we're doing next is going to prevent those from continuing. And spoiler alert, what we're doing next is using a solvent-based primer. So you're probably thinking, why can't I just peel and then mud right over that? Won't that make it go away? Short answer, no. And allow me to demonstrate why not. So if I just put compound straight over it, and I just hope and pray, the moisture in the compound is actually gonna get behind the paper and it's gonna cause more bubbling. And I'm gonna end up right where I started before I put any compound on there in the first place. So by using a solvent-based primer, we're taking the moisture out of the equation, and this will actually seal a new protective layer over this paper and prevent that bubbling from happening again. Okay, I've been over here shaking this turbo spray can for like 20 minutes, so it should be good to go. Everywhere I've exposed the underside of the drywall paper, we're gonna spray it with the primer. So there you go, we put a couple of coats of the solvent-based primer on there. We're gonna let that dry, then we'll come back and put some mud on it and actually fix the wall. What a concept. Now that that's had a chance to dry, what you'll notice is, because we used a solvent-based primer, where this would normally be sort of tacky or gummy if we just primed it with a regular primer, it's actually stiff enough now that I can take a knife and get rid of any of those flaky raised bits. Now you can use a knife, or you can even just use a regular sanding sponge to the same effect. And this one might actually even cause less damage than a knife, so sanding sponge is a good idea. So if you notice that when you're sanding down any of the little flaky spots that you sort of peel off any more paper, it's probably a good idea to put a little bit more primer on those bare spots. So now that this has been primed and sanded and we've removed any of the loose debris, it's time to actually fill this void. And to do that, we're going to use some regular all-purpose joint compound to fill out that void and make it smooth again. And we'll sand it down and paint it up. Now, you could do this whole thing with a knife this size, but for a job that big, you're probably going to want a bigger knife or a trowel. So I'm going to use a slightly larger one to make my life easier when smoothing this out. That's enough for coat one. Hopefully the worst part of that debacle is behind us. Let's let that dry. We'll come back, we'll put another coat on, and it'll be fixed. Okay, so the first coat is dry. Now it's time to apply a second coat and possibly even a third coat. So you can see that we've put enough compound on that it's fully covered and it's fully dry. So now all that's left is to sand it down, cover it with a basic latex primer, and then we're done.
Ah, you merely adopted the dark. I was born in it.
Pain. So for this, we're going to use the RONA Pro PVA drywall primer. This is great for sealing over any compound or any raw drywall. So it's perfect for what we're doing now. So let's use this. Okay, there you go. Good as new again. And all it took was a pretty immense amount of work. So think about that the next time you're considering hanging something with adhesive on drywall. As for me, all that's left is to paint the rest of this room, which should be that is the Halo theme. Not the Beyonce one, the video game one. I've always wanted to do that. I can see your halo, halo, halo. See your halo, halo, halo. That's the Beyonce one. It sounds worse.